Welcome back. My guest is the head of department of the rehabilitative section at the Federal Medical Center, Asaba in Delta State, Dr. Milton Utomi. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let me start by asking you, what causes low back pain?
Well, low back pain is pain we feel at the lower back from lumbar L1 down to S7 or S3. It is usually caused by many factors: occupational factors, degenerative factors, muscular factors, visceral, so many factors. The major causes we see here in Africa is usually occupational hazard, occupational factors, then aging. As we age, the skeletal bones also ages along with it. So over time, these pains crops up and begin to feel it. This year, the world is drawing our attention to it because it's becoming a global issue. And it's important we begin to pay attention to our back. It is also said to be the consequences of standing erect. Because we choose to stand upright, we tend to have low back pain most times. Animals who are bipedals, because of the way they don't have this kind of pains. So the direct consequences of standing up erect.
Are you saying we shouldn't stand upright?
We chose to stand upright. So men are upright. We all are upright. So because gravity falls on us and the waist bears the weight of the body and the knee, we tend to have pain more at the waist level than at the knee level. So they are the weight-bearing joints.
Okay, so let me ask, is this a problem usually of the ligaments, the muscles, or the bones?
Low back pain is more skeletal, it's musculoskeletal, so both the muscles and the bone. Then at times the other one will come in, but majorly musculoskeletal, muscles and the bones. Yeah.
I understand that low back pain can be divided into specific and non-specific types. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, there are ones that are direct, but there are ones that are induced. For example, during pregnancy, that thing could come. You understand? But due to occupational hazard, maybe farmers, judges, those that have to sit down for a long time or stand for a long time or do some jobs. So those are specific. But those you cannot really trace to any particular one, call it non-specific, like the pregnancy stuff.
So when it comes to symptoms, of course, pain is definitely one of the symptoms. Does this pain radiate to other parts of the body? And are there any other types of symptoms for this low back pain?
I think there are many other symptoms, and it could radiate to the lower limbs, both or one side of it, or the two lower limbs. There are other times you'll start feeling heaviness at the waist, heaviness at the feet. There are times you feel like as if you are carrying a load of things, on your body. There are times when you are stepping, you are stepping on the foam. Understand? Then you can have numbness. Apart from pain, you can have numbness, paresthesia, heaviness, and all. There are other things that comes up in low back pains. But then heaviness must be there, paresthesia. They may not all be there at the same time, but one of them. The cases we see when they come to the hospital, they find out that they will always tell you it appears they are standing on a foam or on a water, you know. That's paresthesia. Some don't feel anything at all. There's numbness at the foot. They tell you the blood is not flowing. But the blood is flowing. Just that they're trying to tell you they feel numbness. There's numbness there.
So there are some types of headache that people have and they just work through. They still continue to do their work and all that. Does lower back pain prevent functionality?
Of course, when it gets to a chronic stage, to ambulate becomes a big problem. They cannot walk a distance without finding a place to sit down or to rest. Okay. In fact, why the world is paying attention to it is because now it is one of the cases that makes people to be absent at work because the pain could be excruciating. Some find it difficult to go out of bed. Some find it difficult to even walk out. Some can't trek a long distance. So it's becoming a global problem that must be paid. That we must pay attention, to it because when you have low back pain, the pain is excruciating, very, very painful. Can't stand up out of bed at times. You can't stand up to your bed at times. You can't even walk at times. So it prevents us from doing a lot of things. Low back prevents us from doing a lot of things.
So I'm wondering.
It can even deform ourselves.
Oh.
It can even deform us. Most of the old men see stooping with
they
sticks.
say
It's low back pain.
Statistics say that, the incidence increases with age up to 80 years, but that the most people who have it are between 50 and 55. Why?
50, yes. I think that's the most productive age. And it's the most productive age. This age actually highly mobile. And because I wouldn't say it's a youthful or non-youthful, just at the center of it. So they tend to have more of low back pain. One, limb length discrepancy. Some of them, as they work, they do a lot of, they change their work style. So over time, the back takes up the curvature of that style and it can induce pain. Then two, because of the kind of job this age bracket gets involved in, they are prone to, they injure the back so much. So they are likely to have more on that age bracket than any other one. It also increases with age. As we age, the bone also ages with us. So there will be a lot of degenerative changes going on. The disc will collapse, the space will be reduced, there will be stenosis, there will be sclerosis, there will be so many things happening at the joint out there. So that age bracket is highly up, they are very, very active. And not being educated on back hygiene will come down with that low back pain.
Okay, so that's where I was going to next. Is there a way of preventing this backache in spite of aging?
Of course, with proper education. If we know what to do, we can prevent that.
What are the things that people should consider when they want to prevent backache? What should they do and what should they not do?
Let me also let you know that at times low back pain occurs not just from other activities. The kind of chair we sit in this country, they are not compliant at all. Even the sitting, the chairs we make in our homes, they are not compliant at all. The kind of bed we sleep on, they are also not compliant at all. And so when we find ourselves sleeping on a side bed, sitting on a low chair, side chairs like that, it will also induce pain. So if such ones are the causes of your pain, all you need to do is to change the mattress or to change the kind of chair you sleep with. We find, let me say, sorry for that, we find this more in magistrates, judges, soldiers, armed forces, because they have to stand for a very long time. You find them in school, those that teach, because they have to stand for a very long time. And most of the people in your profession too, because you sit for a very long time and without standing up, they also will find out that at the time you start feeling the backache. And the kind of chair you sit also. I don't know the one you are just sitting on now, but these are some of the things that Jesus did. So if such things are induced by such physical factors that could be changed, all we need to do is to change it. Secondly, there are some pain that are induced by limb discrepancy. One leg is longer than the other one. So if such one is noticed as a cause, you also have to elevate the shortened one to balance the two. That is another one. But then if it's as a result of aging, the management will be a conservative management because you cannot run away from aging. We all will live someday. So we cannot run away. But basically maintaining good back hygiene is what we advise, if you know. Then the lifting technique. Most of us don't know how to lift things. You see when power lifters are lifting their weight, you see the way they squat.
Let me cut in there. I suspect that this is going to be a very interesting one, lifting. But let's take that after the break. We have to go on a short break now. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. This is Health Matters on Channels Television, and we're talking about low back pain, prevention and management. This is the time when you can call in with your questions. The number to call is 0808-054-2233. You can send a message to X at CTV_Mary A, or send me email to moalale@channelstv.com. We were talking about prevention, and the next thing we're going to talk about is lifting, how to lift. So, doctor, take us through that.
Well, we discovered that most prolapse is as a result of poor lifting technique. Most times we bend over, we take a can of water or just a bucket of water, or we just want to do any of the activity that makes us stoop down, and we just stoop and the next thing you don't have a snap at the back. The first 2 days you may not feel it, but the third, fourth, fifth day, you may have forgotten you did that, you had that snap. You find out that you went to bed, you couldn't stand up. And you start feeling shaking, and you can't go to work, you can't do anything at all. This is as a result of poor technique of picking up objects from the floor or lifting a jerrycan of water or anything you want. I'll give you an example. When you see power lifters, you see them where they have their knee buckled, they go down low, they have their belt at their waist, then they lift, then they stand up. But in our case, we just bend over and do things. So that's a very poor lifting technique. Another one I want to say is the sitting habit. Most of us, when we sit down, our back should be well supported. Either with a throw pillow, we sit up just as I am. So I am sitting now, see me sit up properly. My back is supported here. You can see it here. I support my back so that I can relax and I feel very comfortable. But most of our seats at home are not really comfortable to sit, and we'll continue sitting on it. So over time, we'll have that pain, which will prevent us from functioning optimally, or functioning normally, even at work, then at home. So it's a global problem that the world wants us to start considering about, so that we can live a healthier and good life.
Okay. But in spite of correcting our sitting technique and our lifting technique, people are still going to get old. What would you say would help somebody who is aging not to feel the effect so much? Do they have to drink water? Because you said something about the space reducing in the discs, something like that.
Well, as we age, the bone begins to age, because we now start having stenosis, we start having the disc prolapsing that is going to shift out or bulge out. And in that situation now, the nerves are being compressed.
Okay.
And when the nerve is being compressed by the disc, that's when you start feeling a radiating pain down the legs. Because the nerve that supplies the legs actually comes out from the space between these vertebrae. So when the disc bulges out, now presses on the nerve. And that pressure exerts pain, because the nerve traveling down from the waist down to the lower limbs. Okay? The communication is cut off. That's why they feel numbness. No more communication between the brain and the lower limbs. So they feel numb. At times, the communication is partial. So they feel paresthesia. They're not feeling good, but they are not also not feeling too bad. So,
but is there no vitamin
in some case
that one can take to reduce the effect, slow the effect, or something like that?
With aging, well, there are some drugs that can slow down aging. But apart from that, even young men also have low back pain, which we have mentioned earlier. But in terms of aging, it depends on the activities you are involved in when you are young. Because this thing don't just start today. It has been there over time. Maybe it is the aging now that makes it come out. Okay, so and there's no way we can't stop aging. We all must age. Okay, so when such ones comes, you manage it with, as much as you can. Okay, I remember my father had such a kid. He was about 94 years when he sold him, and the managed it in a conservative manner. You can take pain reliefs, but just to relieve the pain. Then you come to physiotherapy for proper management. At times, if it involves that we need to bring surgery to intervene, then we call the orthopedics because into it. And for aging, yes, we must age. For low back pain, now it is not also a condition that if you age, you must have low back pain. There are so many people that have age, but they don't have low back pain.
Does exercise help?
Their lifestyle, their immune system, the environment, and so many other factors. So
does exercise help, Doctor? Sorry to cut you there. I'm asking if exercise helps.
Of course. The mainstay of managing low back pain is exercise.
What kind of exercise affects the back?
Sedentary lifestyle is also one of the causes of low back pain. So you discover that, let me shock you, that people die more when they lie down on bed.
Wow.
You will hardly see anybody dying when standing up or just sitting down. Most people die when they lie down on bed. So we don't encourage sedentary lifestyle. We want people to be mobile as possible. Exercise, what exercise does, it strengthens the muscles of the back of of the lower back. Because if the muscles are weak or lax, you can no longer hold the bones in their proper alignment. So exercises will help for strengthening the intrinsic muscles, the ligaments. Exercise will strengthen that. So the mainstay of managing low back pain is just exercises.
Okay,
Back
doctor, it's at this point that I must
strengthening
let you go.
exercises.
I wish you could have more time, but this is it for today. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you at home or wherever you're watching for staying with us and watching the program. Have a lovely day. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.